Hey guys, and welcome to FaithWorks Designs. I'm Faith, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of machine maintenance. She is needing to be oiled, and it has been requested a lot. You guys want to see how I oil my machine. She's got quite a few spots, and in the manual, it's really difficult to see exactly where each spot is, because they're like, here's this little dot, and you have to figure out where it is. So today I'm going to be showing you where all of the spots are, and if the light looks a little funky, it's because I got like one of those really bright lights so you guys can see. Made sure that you guys can see every little spot I'm going to be pointing out. Hopefully this video will be helpful, so let's get started. Alright, so the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this off. There are two flat head screws in there. They're actually Phillips head, but you can use a flat head that comes with your machine to get it off. So let's start from the top to the bottom. First, we're going to go right here and we're going to put a few drops. The next one, we've got our upper and lower, your presser foot right there. We're going to oil both of these. On the top of the machine, you've got these little caps, and you're going to need to pull those out. You've got two of them. So after you've pulled those two out, then you're going to put some oil in there. Okay, and then after you've got them oiled, I go ahead and put my caps back in so that I won't misplace them, because that would stink. Alright, now we're going to go down a little bit. Now, the next thing, we're going to start from top to bottom of what is in the book. So our very first one, you're going to see like a little round thing. I think you can see, yeah, you can see it. There's a little round place right here. That's the very first place we're going to put some oil. And let it run. It's okay. It's alright. Then we're going to come over here. Hopefully you can see that. Right where my tip is, there's another little hole. You're going to put oil right there. You don't want a ton. Now, if my camera will focus, there's another little hole right here where my nozzle is. Hopefully my camera will focus. You're going to put some oil right there. Just a little bit. Alright, now let's move. The next place that we're going to get, we had a hole right here. Now we're going to go right here. There's no hole, but you're going to put a little bit of oil right there. So every little intersection that you've got, you want to put oil there, so everything runs nice and smooth. The next one that we're going to hit is right here, right where my little nozzle is. If we can get this light to stop making shadows. There's a little hole, just like up at the top. You're going to put a little bit of oil in that one as well. Okay. Now another intersection where you're going to want to put your oil is this one right here. Just a little bit. Okay, if you look right there, inside of there, you'll see a little tiny hole. It's like right behind this plate, so it's not super easy to see, but there's a little hole right there. Okay, so if you look at this plate right here, oh, there we go, now you can see it. There's a little hole right where the tip of the screwdriver is. You're going to want to put oil in that spot too. It is really hard to see, but she's there, and you want to make sure that you put oil there. Okay, now we're on the back side, and something I want to show you, I think yeah, you can see it. You see this like brownish stuff that kind of looks like rust? That's telling me that I do not have enough oil in this spot. So I need to make sure that I give it a little extra welly right here when you're giving it some oil. So we're going to have this spot right here. Let it sit for just a second. Okay, then right next to it, right across from it, you've got another spot right there. Right here, there's another little hole. That's a trick of it. Just start looking for all of the holes. The next one you're going to have is right underneath of it, right where the little nozzle is. There's another little hole. And then, alright, where are you? Okay, right underneath of here, there's another little hole. So just look for that hole and give it a little oil There's another little hole right over here. So you should look for this bar and then look for that little hole right there. Give it a little bit of oil, a little bit of love. And then all the way okay, and then all the way over here, right where my little tip is, there's another spot that you're going to need to oil. Now, while we're back here, so I've gone to the front of the machine and I'm going to lift the presser foot up, and then right here there's a little lever. You're going to pull that all the way up. That is going to keep your presser foot feet up and they're not going to run. Now, after you've oiled your machine, they recommend that you go ahead and run your machine. And I see some oil. You need to get that oil circulating through your machine. So I'm just going to, actually, let me take my bobbin out, because you're all oily now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run my machine. It's really important, I can see the camera moving. It's really important that you put this up so that your foot isn't going really hard. You're going to end up messing your foot up. So make sure that you take that and put it up. And just run this for a little while and get that oil circulating. Alright guys, what did you think? Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you could see all of the different angles. I was trying really hard with this light that is really bright so that you guys could see all of the little notches. Big tip is just look for those little circles like I kept pointing out to you in the video. Look for those circles. Make sure that you oil them well. Another thing, don't forget to put your presser foot up when you're running your machine. I would run it for a little bit and just let her purr for a little while. And then what I would do normally is I would go ahead and just give her a good wipe down, give her a good clean up. You're going to have some oil dripping for a little while. So if you want to keep an eye on that and just kind of wipe down the spots where you see the oil dripping. Normally what I do is just let her sit for a minute. Let the oil do its thing, because if you go to sew something really nice after you've oiled, you take a chance on having the oil get on whatever it is that you're sewing. So I'd highly recommend running her for a few minutes, letting that oil get through there, letting her sit for a little while, letting the oil kind of go down, clean her up really good before you go to sew. And then normally what I do is I get like a practice piece of fabric, just make sure everything's still sewing like it's supposed to. And that way if there is any residual oil, it'll get on that and not my good fabrics. So I hope that video helped. If it did, you can give the video a thumbs up. Or if you want to subscribe and see our next exciting video, I cannot wait for you guys to see. We've got some Sailrite products that we're going to look at. Several of you guys have been asking about zipper foots. Should I get the left foot or the right foot? There's just a bunch of products that we're going to try out in the next video. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of those. If you have any questions or comments, something wasn't quite clear, just leave those in the comment section and I look at those daily. Thanks for joining us again on Faith Works Design. Bye guys.